I think my, yep. Okay, good. My eyelid is no longer in the way. Hello, welcome back to the Promiscuous Gamer. We are playing Katamari touch tap clicker thing. I can't remember its official name anymore. I'll move this over here because there's some interesting stuff happening. So, I have been playing this a bit since the last time I played it, and we're getting somewhere with it now. Did nothing come out this week? Unless that's alright. Sorry, I'm just looking at other games to play because I just have a bunch of old stuff and, you know, trying to keep it relevant for the kids. Anyway, so, turns out, it's actually kind of an idle game. These cousins that you sort of call in can be used to automatically push you along, so you can leave the game running, or you can leave the game, not necessarily running, but you can just sort of turn it off and do other things, and you will still generate coins. You can't progress through the game at all, because you have to complete the time trials that happen at the end up here. You don't actually like pick up items, you just sort of generate coins, which is a fairly interesting way of keeping you to actually go back in. You can do the meta game per se, but you can't progress beyond a certain point. You can just keep generating coins, which you then come back and spend so you can do better in the main game itself. So I don't think that's a particularly bad way of doing it, actually. It makes you want to come back because you want to keep going. Although obviously, as you may notice, I'm absolutely dominating now, and that's because I left the game running. Well, you know, I haven't played it in about a day. Probably about 20 hours of just leaving it idle, and it's generated 1 billion coins for me, which I've then spent on getting new cousins, which rapidly increase your distance. So in theory, you could actually beat the first world pretty easily just by not playing the game for a while. Obviously, the actual progression to the next level is a lot bigger now, and we're looking at, just crazy levels of stuff. But actually, my tapping isn't gonna... it helps a bit, but it doesn't help all that much. I guess I could change that if I put more money into that, but actually putting money into your tapping skill, generally not really worth the investment compared to how good your cousins are at doing the idle rolling. There's also power-ups, so this is a thing. I'm not entirely sure what it does yet. I assume it makes you faster. I honestly have not worked out what it does, and I've used it twice, and then it lasts for 3 seconds, and then it takes 10 minutes to charge. I'm pretty certain it has absolutely no point. The other obvious thing, I realised that when the King of All Cosmos comes down, you can actually tap him and get a reward, which hopefully I'll be able to show you in the next 2 minutes. It's actually quite useful. Okay, so in this instance, I guess tapping probably helped me out quite a bit on that time trial. But as you can see, the difficulty increases pretty much exponentially. Like, it is now way, way slower, and I've only gone up 4 levels in the past couple of minutes. So, I guess if you really wanted to go for it. There we go. So you tap him, he says something stupid, or you can just tap him in the face, and he'll vomit a chest on you. Sometimes you get candy, which is the hard currency of the game. Usually you get coins, so you just get a huge bag of coins. And then one time he gave me a thing where you had you've got 23,000 coins for every tap that you did, which is also a good idea. It promotes the idea that you want to keep playing, but also rewards you quite heavily for doing so. So I haven't found any reason yet to start using... I haven't got any star tokens yet, which is a bit off. Because I thought that was the whole point, unless... It's sort of glowing for some reason. Never mind. Yeah, I haven't found any reason to use hard currency. You can call in special cousins, but as far as I can tell, there's no real point in doing so. Because the regular cousins, when upgraded to a certain point, are good enough. Okay, Okay, so we'll finish this time trial, and then that'll be it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Katamari. Tap my Katamari, whatever it's called. And then you grow, and it's, oh look, it's nighttime. So yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm really not sure why you would pay money for it yet. But maybe it'll come out with something soon. So yeah, okay. And we'll play something else for a bit. Cool.